Welcome back, welcome back. That's a touchy subject. So you could probably tell by the title. I don't want to offend any of you or anybody. These are just my opinions. Now, for a while now, um, a lot of uncovering trans people have been popping up on my feed, and I think it's because I was doing my little investigation myself, but it was off of old clips that people accuse certain people, and I also said in the early of the GMB days, this is going to be one of the biggest problems. I don't know if I let the video out, so I got so many different videos that are blocked that I don't want to offend anybody. But this new person I'm watching, um, I forgot what the name was because this isn't the particular one I'm watching now. And this woman was describing it, and she related it to a problem that I never thought of. And I'm supposed to be the fucking great thinker and this and this and, but the Lord said we can't be perfect. So while you worry about those things and they worry about those things, when you come together, you can see the bigger picture. You get it? And this woman was doing a little trans investigation of the stars from the 80s and 90s. And she was shocking me because I've already seen multiple people do that investigation years ago, and everyone got their channels canceled. Anyone that named anyone too famous, you might have never been seen again. You didn't go bye bye, no, but your life got destroyed. You lost your job, your wife left you, and like I've seen, that's what made MGTOW, the MGTOW thing. A lot of men became MGTOW men for speaking the truth of how to spot these people, and I guess they people don't want people to know, but it's gonna come out anyway. And when I listened to this woman's video, she brought up a very good point about her watching 90s and 80s kid shows growing up, and how she didn't know if she was lesbian or not because she always had a crush on the female characters, and she could never understand why. She's something in their face, their eyes, there's just something about that girl. And I said, as soon as she said that, I said, oh my god. I said, yo, I see where you're going. So she's sitting there and she was like, this is the craziest thing I've been investigating her entire life, because she figured out that she was straight eventually, but she could never understand in her childhood why would she like have girl crushes, she called it. And as she got older, she learned about things like, the trans community because it's popping now. And once they came out and started to fight for their rights and show their transformations, some people went on TV. It was so popular, like people were going on TV to show and when they did that, they gave everybody ammo on how to see your ass now and all how far it actually goes. And just like the Maury show and the Jerry Springer show in the late 80s or 90s, whenever it came out, most people really have a hard time picking the right one. Now, when she brought up the fact that she was confused most of her childhood, and she said it's that reason. She said, I know I may not be right about all of these people, But now that these child actors are older and they age, see, you're not gonna age well under surgery, and the features start coming out. You know what I mean? Um, Women aging a certain way, like a lot of women don't age beautifully. Not meaning you get ugly. No, you're gonna have like what they always compare the anatomy of a man and a body. I mean, a woman's body and a man's body, and show how different it is, and that's how you can spot it. And when you start seeing once you start seeing stars and they all have the same plastic surgery nose, they all have lips injections. They all have BBLs. You start realizing, oh, that's why they made that in fashion, because they can hide amongst everybody now, and a man won't know the difference. You get it? And then when I seen the voice technology and how to change a deep ass man's voice into high, like a literal woman's voice, that blew my mind, right? Now, as I'm watching these little different, because it's multiple people and all the videos are 6 years ago, so these are old blog videos that got shadow banned, but now they're allowed to be out here in the shadow ban realm. So daddy I guess got stumbled onto this. And the point I'm making of all of this is, a while ago I said a lot of people have been either lied to when they were younger, because you're allowed to be free and choose whatever you want, or you got touched at an early age, coerced in certain ways, because just like a straight man will literally take a girl that swears she's lesbian, and I will try to bring you back to the other side. Why the fuck won't they do that? Why won't they see you and say, I'm gonna make her gay, I want her? You know what I mean? Now, how you go about that is in your own way. Like, there's a good way of trying to convert somebody, I guess. But, I don't want to get into that. It's not what this is about. Because I'm actually fighting for the people that choose to go through that. And I won't fight for you, but I don't want people to lump them in with the liars and the charlatans and the fakers. Because just like black people, if you're black, you're all gangster hip hop no good. You're fucking deadbeat dads, and I know what it's like to get lumped in with other motherfuckers. You're not even around. You don't believe what they believe, you don't do what they do, but somehow they get to represent you. You get it? And then everybody looks at you funny for what the fuck they say and what the fuck they do, but you live in a whole nother way over here. You on that, you do you, I do me, and I don't give a fuck what you doing over there. You just do you over there, and I do me over here, right? Now, the liars and the charlatans within all of our groups have all of us fighting against each other, and it's because we've all been used. And I realized I could never figure out what would they be using these people for. And that woman in her video said it. She was like, I was confused, And I said, what better way for Satan? I don't want to lump you in like you're a Satanist. I'm not saying you guys, the ones that choose. If you truly choose and say, I'm going to use my free will to become something else, that's fucking your choice, dog. Like, you got to deal with my father or whatever. I'm not him, so I'm not here to make nobody, you're wrong, you're wrong. Every sin in that motherfucker says we wrong, so I know I got to point at myself, for what I do. Now, the point is, just like they used the black man to get all the nation's children in this place to want to be thugs and fucking gangsters, you get it? They use them to now switch those thug gangsters into, you're wearing tight ass jeans and your ass cheeks is out. Is that not suspect? Are you not almost getting ready to cross over to the other side? Because you're dressed like it. So many of these little niggas and grown ass men. I watch grown men that grew up in the '90s wearing women's punk rock clothes. You niggas is wearing gothic shit now. You niggas got skinny jeans with ripped shirts and ripped jeans. That's goth shit back in my day. We used to make fun of you niggas wearing that shit. Now you just the cool thing, all black A thing, cause Jay-Z said all black, nigga, all black. You know what I'm saying? Like these stereotypes and these things people get led down into and not realize you're actually representing this shit. Cause how suspect are you to say I'm straight, but I want my ass to be out and people to see it? I don't think most women say I like a man with a nice firm ass. I don't think your girls check. I'm sure there's plenty of women that like man buns and you want to grab it and ooh that my man booty nice. I like my man booty, but I don't think she cares for you to advertise it. It's like her advertising her titties all the time. I don't think you appreciate it. And then who do you think wants you to advertise your butt cheeks out? You get it? You give a free look to motherfuckers that you would also say, if you look at me, I'm gonna punch you in your face. Don't you come on to me, gay nigga. And that's like a woman saying to a man, don't say I'm attractive, you dusty ass nigga, and then you tell her, well, you dress with your titties out and you got your. I'm just letting you know your ass is fat. You get it? See, this is where the confusions and the fucking. This is what I mean by confusion. It's confusing. You confuse them, dog. They think you might be with the team. You're advertising your ass out, like a woman that puts on tight ass jeans or sweats and that's real tight or gym shit that's real tight. It's because she wants the man that she likes to notice her ass. I don't think you're trying to get your ass noticed by women. I'm not saying you're trying to get it noticed by men, but you're doing a fashion statement that advertises your ass to those people. You get it? Because you're confused. Now, back to this main topic. As this woman described her having to come to terms with, like, wow, I got tricked. I thought I was liking girls, but come to find out the exact person I had a crush on, now it's years later and I'm doing this investigation and they really, I think that's a man. I think that was a boy I was attracted to. So I'm so confused. I thought I liked women and went out and tried, but the whole time it was really a boy. And that's what I said. I said, yo, you see, it's not about the sight. I said the evils have figured a way out to trick a motherfucker to think you gay. But it's your natural. See, men and women are just naturally attracted to each other. But if you think a woman, you get it? If you're natural, wow, those eyes and you're thinking you're liking this chick. But it's really you like the features of a man and you think he has a pretty ass boy face. And you can see it, but he has a wig on and a little girl clothes or grown girl clothes or whatever. So you don't notice it and you're thinking you like women, but no, you really like men. You like pretty boys. You know? And that shit blew my mind because I said it a while ago that a lot of men are gonna throw up one day when they find out their favorite childhood star or their singer or whatever, and you start doing your investigations and you start looking and you're like, oh shit. Because think about it, there's hundreds of actresses, singers, all these things that we liked, and like, oh, that's my favorite. She look good. And then if you find out it's a nigga, that's gonna fuck with a lot of men's psyches. A lot of men ain't gonna be able to handle the devastation of I've been tricked and I've beat off to this. You get it? It's gonna get deep out here. And I think a couple of men are gonna go crazy. So I suggest some people, reveal your truth in a nice, easy way. Maybe behind bulletproof glass or something with police officers present. And, that person may still, they may, I don't know, they may stay with you or something. Because I think when people start gaining this knowledge and they start investigating, You know what I mean? Like I remember I was talking to someone recently about it, and they brought up the movie They Live, old '90s movie, early '80s, I believe. Roddy Piper, and it's about aliens that take over the world, and they use some technology to make them look like they're human, and they figure it out because they get these special glasses and they can see who's real human and who's really not, right? And then, long story short, the movie ends. They blow up the signal that broadcasts the mirage over these people, the hologram over these people, and they all their real faces, their alien faces, reveal themselves. And then the movie goes off, and I guess that is it's really part one to like another movie. They don't so you got to connect it. It's like that movie would turn into War of the World shit or something. You know, like that movie would be the beginning of the Matrix, and then the Matrix happens, and then hey, wake up, and we got protocols or some shit. I know that for a fact. I just don't know what to connect it to. Anyway, I said to him, as soon as he brought that up, I said, you know what, that movie, he was going to bring it up. And I think he said it's about demons or aliens. Like, that's the real moral. And we're going to be able to see people. And I said, yo, bro, you know on the news, they announced that people may have a disease and you see demon faces in people. So, you know, scientifically, it could happen. It just doesn't have to be the real thing. So I said that could be what they were talking about in the movie They Live. That, you know, they were warning us like there's gonna come a time where like new diseases come out where they're not you get sick and you know it messes with your visual, it messes with your thoughts or your you know your mind, your brain gets fucked up in that because your brain's connected to what you see. So if your brain gets damaged and you don't know, we don't scientists don't know everything, bro. So I don't want to get spooky dooky and say it's demons or aliens. Nah, niggas might just have some new shit, the new. And what I said to him though is, I said as a joke, I said, you know what? I think that movie was a hint to yeah, maybe possibly aliens and different things like that because you know like we live in a world where they announced aliens are real now. So you know they may have they if they can fly through portals and I think they might have a super hologram or meat suit or mask. You know, something. Humans are so good at it. We could fucking it could make me into a white guy right now. You wouldn't know the difference. Go to Hollywood, I'll become a fucking you got it? Go into that knife, I'll become a woman, nigga. You won't know the difference. See, you get the point? Anyway, um I said that's part one. I said that movie is an actual. It's just a movie about awareness. You could use the glasses instead of aliens. You can say the glasses make you see who's really racist. The glasses let you see who's really good or evil. It's the same fucking thing. All it is Armageddon. It's truth being revealed. In a way where no one can hide this truth anymore. Nothing can stop it. And what made me think of them getting exposed, the Transformers, is everyone keeps talking about a blackout's gonna happen, right? If a blackout happens, their facial structures and not growing their hair on their face and the feminine look and the feminine voice that only lasts if they get their products. If them hormones don't get shipped, if they don't take that, you know, they got like about a month before their body starts transforming back into the more manlier type of features or the whatever those type of thing. I don't really know, but I know I watched someone transform then transform back, and they were showing how like they look different as a man, but they didn't look like their original selves. But the voice went back, the muscles and all the facial, like you know, all these things came back in a certain way, but you could still see because of the plastic surgery, Botox, all these years of sculpting your body, that the person still had feminine features or certain things. And I said, What would happen if United States blacked out for 6 months? How many niggas would wake up one day on like their 6 month and roll over in bed and be like, "Holy shit! You don't come in the bathroom. I'm going to the bathroom." And then you walk in, and you see catch a shaving. You know what I mean? She's straight post op, dog. She ain't got nothing downstairs. These are the ones I'm talking about. The ones that hid themselves and may have fallen in love with a man and didn't want to tell him because you don't got a penis and, he's too stupid to, a lot of men don't get as much sex as women think. So it's very easy to trick men now. And I thought to myself, if some scenario like this happens, like there's going to be a lot of people upset. You know? Like a lot of people are exposing this little by little, and because it's already been completely exposed, it's already been where they don't let it out. And now that I'm seeing this on my algorithm shit, and it's 6 year old videos of different people going on their little things, I said, "Oh yeah, what was you doing 6 years ago? Oh yeah, you started your YouTube channel and all your blogged videos, and you got your shit erased. You should have quit before they erased it, so now you can watch yourself 6 years later. You shouldn't have got the third strike." But I was in the early days, the most high, the rebelliousness and not caring about telling the truth and getting it erased, because I'll just go and do it again. What the fuck? Other people care if their channel gets taken because they were getting paid for it. I do this shit out of the love of my father. What I do on my channel, I do in real life. So I always do this. You know what I mean? This is just on a easier access to gain people's ears easier. I don't have to go look for somebody. Anyway, I'm gonna stop right there. I only got 2 minutes left. I just want to say, please don't harm anybody. If you are a victim of this and finding out, don't put yourself in jail. Hurting these people still is, it's hurting anybody's a crime. So I don't want to say hurting these people is a crime and make them feel like, well, what the fuck? I'm sure one of you are gonna say that, but it's more of a lot of them that aren't lying. You know what I mean? I've actually spoken to some of them, and they're normal people. They just do what they want to do, and they're not lying to people. They're willing to take the truth of, you live in a society where more people are not. It doesn't matter if they accept you or not. They don't give a fuck. Just like black people don't care. I don't care if you accept me. You play fair by the law, and we're fine. You can call me names and not like me. I'm gonna walk away from you and just laugh in your face. Get it? Nobody cares about how other people feel about you. People care about how you get treated. That's what matters. And for the ones that aren't tricking people and stuff, they got to wake up to the reality of, like the well, they already awake to the fact that it's harder for them to find partners or whatever. I don't really know particularly, because I don't check those statistics, but I know this is still like a hidden thing, even though they're allowed to get married, even though there's shows and stars and it's so open, but it's still like a thing in a closet. And it's because once men find out how far this really goes, once women find out how far this goes, and they've been liking, "Oh, I think this guy, he's so good, that model." That's a woman. I think this actor is the prettiest male in the world because it's a pretty ass woman. You get it? A lot of people are gonna wake up and be like, "Wow, see," just like that woman was confused. A lot of other women gonna be confused. "I like this actor. He's so pretty," and then you find out it's a woman, and now you find out that you like women, but you really like men because you thought it was a man. So what do you really?